Nowadays, when people need something, they just order it on Amazon. And we're left with a bunch of these cardboard boxes. I was thinking, what can I do with all these boxes besides lay them on the ground and cover them with wood chips or lay them at the base of my raised beds? Can I grow potatoes in these? Here's what I did. Back in spring, I grabbed some boxes. At the bottom, you can see a stamp. This will tell you some info about the box, like the weight limit. I used single wall boxes because these are the ones that Amazon uses and are most common. I wanted to see if they could hold up. I dropped my box on the patio and grabbed some leaves that I saved from last fall. I added a couple of handfuls of leaves at the bottom of the box to help retain moisture. Then I shoveled in about 4 or 5 inches of soil on top of the leaves and leveled it out with my hands. I used some of my own homemade soil that I make. This is my favorite stuff to grow in. Next, I peeled off some tape from the top flaps so I can fold them in later, and grabbed my bag of potatoes. I planted the dark red Norland ones. You can see these are some nice, healthy looking seed potatoes. I got these ones from Fedco. The first box I'm planting in is 12 inches wide and 22 inches long. The first potato I laid down at 6 inches. I like to plant my potatoes about 6 inches apart. The next one I laid down at about 12 inches and the one after that at almost 18 inches and lightly pressed the potatoes into the soil. Then I started covering my potatoes with the homemade soil that I use and leveled it out with my hands. After this, I noticed I needed to add a bit more soil. I want my potatoes to be covered with about 4 or 5 inches of soil. Next, I grabbed some fertilizer. I'm using the Turbo Tuber fertilizer. I get this from Fedco as well, and it's formulated specifically for growing potatoes. I spread some fertilizer evenly over the soil and mixed it into the top few inches of the soil. When I water, it will fertilize the potatoes as they grow. At this point, I realized I forgot to tuck the flaps in, so I went back, pulled the soil off the edges, and tucked in all the flaps. This will add a bit of extra strength to the box and help it last all season. Then watered in my potatoes so they would start sprouting and growing. If you want to grow potatoes in boxes, I suggest you use boxes that are at least 10 inches tall. This box was 12 inches tall. Ideally, you want a gap of at least 4 inches or so at the top. This way you can hill the potatoes as they grow. I grabbed an even smaller box to plant in, dropped it on the patio, lined it with leaves, added some soil, and grabbed my potatoes. This box is only 16 inches long and is perfect for 2 potato plants. This time I remembered to tuck the flaps in and followed the same process as the previous box. 13 days after planting, the potato leaves pushed out of the soil. The bigger box of red potatoes was looking great and starting to soak up the sun. And the little box with white potatoes was just starting to grow as well. 10 days after that, the plants really started to show some healthy growth. The big box was filled with potato plants, and the smaller box was showing a lot of nice growth too. Stay tuned for a free giveaway near the end of the video. The next day, I decided the plants were tall enough to start hilling up some soil around them. This is important because it encourages more tuber growth, prevents potatoes from sunlight exposure, which causes them to be toxic, and also helps support them to grow taller and to help them from flopping over. Then I watered the soil in to fill any air gaps with soil around the base of the plants, and also used some diced leaf mulch that I cut up with my lawnmower as a mulch around the plants. This will help retain the moisture and keep the soil cooler through the heat of the summer. And of course, I had Tuck out there with me. Tuck, how you doing, boy? At this point, the smaller box of potatoes were looking great also and were tall enough to hill soil around. So I did the same process with this box of potatoes. A week after hilling, the plants were looking beautiful. Look at the health and the color of the leaves on these plants. They seem happy growing in a cardboard box on a patio. And you can see the mulch down there covering the soil and filling up the box. The small box of potatoes was doing good as well. A week later, the plants were still thriving. I noticed the flowers were getting ready to form. This is when you should stop hilling your potatoes. It's a sign that the first tubers are forming. Over the last week, the small box of potatoes exploded into growth and started looking super healthy. 5 days later, I came out and noticed the leaves of the potatoes in the smaller box were perfect and healthy, while the leaves on the bigger box had some pest issues. I guess the potato beetles preferred the red potatoes over the white ones. The damage wasn't bad enough to spray though. It goes to show how variety selection can make a big difference in the garden. Overall, both boxes of potato plants were doing really well, and I was happy about that. And I also felt safe because I had my boy King Tuck out here with me, the guardian of the garden. The flowers on the red potato plant opened up and were looking beautiful. The bees were having a good time with them, doing their thing. A week later, the big box with the potato plants in it began to flop over because we had some strong wind. But they were still looking good. And the white potatoes opened up their flowers. The plants were in cruise control, so I just stayed on top of watering and let them do their thing. It was about 40 days till I checked on the potato plants again. At this point, you can see the foliage is dying back, which is what we want. This lets us know that the tubers are full grown. I decided to give them just a few more days. Finally, the day has come to harvest our potatoes. I am pleasantly surprised with how well the boxes held up. Look at this one. Especially being single-walled boxes, it didn't really split too bad or burst open anywhere. This larger one over here, you'll notice it bursted open a little bit at this corner, but that's okay because it lasted just long enough. This thing was completely free to grow in, so you really can't beat that. Me and Tucker are excited to see what we've got in here. My prediction is that the red potatoes in the big box are going to be more productive than the white ones, just because like the plants seemed bigger and healthier and we got like more consistent shoots sprouting from the potatoes. What do you guys think will be the most productive? I am surprised though how well things grew in this tiny little box. It just goes to show you don't need a lot of money or a lot of space to grow some of your own food at home. Let's get over here. Let's cut this box open and see what we got. What I'm gonna do is just take this razor, cut the rest of this, cut this one side here, just like this. And then peel it back. You can already see some potatoes. We have one damaged potato right here, but I'm sure the rest should be okay. Look at that down there. Looks pretty nice. Let's just peel some of this soil back. See what else we got in here. Let's start dropping it down, collecting some of our potatoes. That's a nice one right there. Oh yeah. I feel like this is gonna be a crazy harvest. Oh my gosh, look at the size of these ones. Holy, look at that. This box is literally gonna be filled with potatoes. Look at over here. Oh my gosh. I don't know where to start. It's like a kid on Christmas. Let's pull more of these. Now the things are just starting to come apart. Look at this. Over here too, check this, check this. Oh my gosh. How many will we grab? Scrape that one a little bit, but that's okay. Tuck's a little interested over there with this stuff too. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's nothing more fun than growing your own food at home, especially potatoes, because you wait all season, you don't know what you're gonna get. If you see some big plants, you have a good idea you're gonna get some good potatoes, but oh man, this is the biggest one yet. Oh yeah, check that out. Lay them all in front here. Oh yeah. Up more down here. Oh, haha. This is looking like a nice harvest. We still got a lot to grab too. I know this one is a bigger box, so it should have more than the other one. Oh, that's a nice one too, but still, yes, that's a great one too. Oh my gosh. And this soil I'll be able to reuse too, because all I did was grow the potatoes in it. Look at this and this. And I did this right on the patio to show you guys, you don't need a big garden area. You don't need a lot of space. You don't need a lot of money. You could use recycled materials. And you could grow some of your own food at home and just eat it right from your own garden. This one's right from a cardboard box. I'm sure there's some more hidden in here. But look at that nice little harvest right from a patio. No garden space needed. Just if you got a little area, I mean, whether it be a patio, a deck, and a cardboard box laying around, you could grow some of your own food. You could turn some recycled Amazon boxes into potatoes. And look, I'm just grabbing more. I bet there's more in here as I sort through it. But that is a beautiful looking harvest from the red potato one. Let's shift over to that small box and see if we can get a nice harvest from this tiny little box too. What do you think, Tuck? What do you think, Boyle? This guy's like, let me just hang out a little bit and relax. I'm not seeing any carrots or cucumbers, so he'll just stand guard. No matter what, if I'm out here, this guy's always out here with me. He's always working hard. That's why he's the young king. Spam some hearts down low if you love seeing the little boss in the videos. Let's move over to this box now. If you predicted the white box would have more, let's see if you are right. I think this plant on the right side is going to be more productive because you can see how many like shoots it came out of this one. This other potato on the right doesn't look as productive, but I'm already seeing some potatoes. Let's cut this one open next, just to kind of unfold so we can see what we got. And I'll cut this side too. I love doing these kinds of experiments, especially when they work out like this. Let's see. This one's a little smaller. Let me get these out of the way. And let's just start peeling it back. And this box is only about 10 inches tall, so it's shorter than the other box and smaller. But it doesn't look like it stopped the plant from kicking out some potatoes. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see how they're coming right off the plant, right off the sides of it. You can see how the potatoes grow like this too. You've got those stalks. And we planted the first potato down here, and then we made sure to hill it up, so because that's what will get us potatoes up the whole plant. It'll create these beautiful tubers. Look at the color of these. Look at the size of this one. Oh yeah, look at that, right off the plant. You can't get more fresh than that. Oh yeah, we'll just start pulling these off. Still connected. Oh my gosh, this one's actually loaded. I think I might be wrong. This one might be more productive. This was only from 2 potatoes seeds that we planted, or seed potatoes. Let's get this one next. I love doing this stuff. That's a pretty good size one. Let's see what else we got in here. Surely there's more. Oh man, we got a bad one. Oh man, that was gross. I guess not everything works out perfect. That was kind of nasty, but that's okay. Oh yeah, look at the monster. I knew we had a beast one hiding back there. Another one here. And if you have kids or something, you can let them do this to get their hands dirty, but I love getting my hands dirty. So everyone's a kid at heart, right? There we go. Oh yeah. Decent harvest. Could have been a little better, but what can you say? Using a free cardboard box, recycling it to grow some of your own food on a patio. I know I said it before, but I really wanted to try to grow it on a patio because a lot of people have an area like this. It's not like I planted this in the garden and then just like basically did it around the cardboard box and didn't even use the box. This was all in a cardboard box. Both of them, thin-walled boxes. So just like a standard Amazon box you'd have laying around. Look at the harvest. We got Tuck protecting it. It may look like he's just relaxing, but he's actually really, he's on alert. He's watching. He's making sure nothing sneaks in. And man, I'm happy with the harvest. Check out some of these potatoes. Look at the size of this one. Look at this thing. It's like the perfect potato. I can't wait to bring this inside and eat it. I will never look at cardboard boxes the same. There are so many uses for them in the garden, and it's just a great free resource we have around, especially if you're like ordering stuff from Amazon and everything all the time. We have also grown potatoes in buckets. We did it this year too, and they grow really well in buckets. The buckets will last a longer time as long as you make sure you use food safe buckets, but the cardboard boxes worked perfect for one season. So for a one season growth, I think it's a great option. It's a great free resource, so you gotta take advantage of it. Me and Tuck make videos like this to encourage you guys to grow some of your own food at home. We want it to make it so you can't say, well, I don't have the space. To be, I guess, a bit harsh, we love one quote so much, is that excuses are just well-planned lies. So don't lie to yourself. Try not to make some excuses and just try to do whatever you can to grow some of your food at home. You don't have to grow all your food, but just try to supplement your diet with some homegrown, natural, nutrient-dense food. There's nothing better than that. And all you have to do to be part of Team Grow is to just grow some of your own food at home. Me and Tuck appreciate the support that you guys give us so much. So what we want to do is give back a little bit. We're going to do a giveaway today for the Vego Kitchen Composter. I've been using it for some time now. I love it. It's super convenient, super easy to use, and it makes it just like so easy to go from kitchen scraps to garden gold. It's great. I love using it. So all you have to do to win this Vego Kitchen Composter is just click the link in the description below, or you can go to teamgrow.us and then form will pop up. Just put a number in, your guess between 1 and 500. Next Saturday, me and Tuck will announce the winner, and we'll send you over a Vego Kitchen Composter, and you could be composting your own food inside, then bring that out and kind of recycle. That's one of the ideas with this video. How can we recycle, reduce, and reuse what we have to kind of make the most of it? Well, you might call this recycle. I'll call this upcycle in a box, because growing food in it is better than getting some kind of delivery from Amazon or wherever else with it. This guy's pretty good. Get a little shot of Tuck. That's today's video, growers. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you got something out of it. We truly hope you got value out of this video. We hope you try your hand at recycling some of your cardboard, using it to grow some food, or use it to help with your wood chips to keep the weeds down, or use it in your raised beds. Just try to get use out of it. Next year, I'm gonna try some more experiments where I'm gonna grow more than just potatoes in cardboard boxes. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you wanna see that video come out in the future. And also share this video with your friends. It helps the channel a lot, and it helps get this message out to more people about Team Grow, about growing your own food at home and encouraging other people to grow too, and allowing that to grow exponentially and allowing that to compound. And then through this, we'll all be growing a better future together. Me and Tuck wanted to share a thank you with one of our new channel members, Ted Tolentino. Thanks for being a part of Team Grow. Thanks for having your hand in everything we're doing out here. Tuck and James will be back to you again real soon. We